Kim Davenport, and my presentation is Communication in the Workplace. In my presentation, I will discuss the process of business communication, the function of business communication, the barriers of communication in the workplace, and the tips to improve communication in the workplace. Communication skills play an important role when it comes to the workplace. Communication is defined as an act of transmitting or exchanging information or opinions. Being such a valuable asset for anyone entering the workforce today, I felt it was important to begin with the process of communication. The process of communication begins with a sender. A sender is where the message or idea originates. The sender must encode the idea into words or gestures. The message is then transmitted into a channel. Once this is transmitted, the receiver decodes the message. Decoding can be interrupted internally by the receiver, lack of attention, or just the bias against the sender. It can also be disturbed externally by loud noises or foul words. Verbal and nonverbal responses from the receiver causes feedback. This is an important part of the communication process. Feedback helps the sender to know that the message was received and also that it was understood. Create an environment for useful feedback. As a sender, it is a good idea to encourage feedback by asking questions such as, am I making myself clear? Is there anything you don't understand? You can improve feedback by timing the delivery appropriately and providing only as much information as the receiver can handle. The best feedback is descriptive, not evaluative. Often it is difficult to achieve because nobody shares the same experience and due to the many barriers that can interfere. I'll now be speaking to you about the function of business communication. The function of business communication are to inform, persuade, and to promote goodwill. These tasks are fulfilled through internal and external communication. Internal communication involves exchanging ideas, messages with co-workers, superiors, and subordinates. The function of internal communication consists of clarifying and issuing procedure and policies to inform management of progress, develop new products and services. External communication consists of answering inquiries about products and services, persuading customers to buy products and services, clarifying supplier specification, issuing bills, credits, collecting bills, responding to government agencies, and promoting a positive image of the organization. Communication can be successful by learning how to recognize barriers that are known to disrupt the process. There are numbers of ways people can go wrong when communicating is going on. Now I'll be speaking to you about barriers in the workplace communication. Barriers to workplace communication can lead to co-worker alienation, a failure to make a good impression, arguments, and misunderstanding. Both psychological and physiological barriers may prevent effective communication, as do perceptual, language, and physical barriers. Perceptual barriers is the way we perceive things. Language barriers, which can also be considered bypassing. This consists of words with different meanings for different people. One of the biggest barriers to clear communication involve words. Language skills are very important. Even if you have a terrific idea, it will not be understood or fully appreciated unless the communicator have good language skills. These skills consist of adequate vocabulary, a command of basic punctuation, and grammar and skills in written and oral expression. Poor listening skills can also prevent you from hearing oral messages clearly and from responding properly. It has been revealed that the likelihood of miscommunication is when using common but vague words, such as probably, always, never, usually, often, soon, and right away. What do these words mean? Physical barriers pertain to environmental elements, elements such as loud talking, construction noises. Such distractions may take focus off what is being said. This often causes misunderstandings. Physiological barriers are characteristics of the speaker or the listener that interferes with the transmission or reception of information. Physiological barriers could pertain to boredom and a negative attitude that can interfere in an employee's receptiveness to the message. Now I will speak with you about the tips for communication in the workplace. There are tips for communication in the workplace. Active listening. Pay attention to the speaker and resist the urge to interrupt. Speak assertively. Passive communication can cause misunderstandings. Aggressive communication can put people on defense. Know how to strike the right balance. Use visual aids. Not all communication is verbal. Consider cultural differences and stay away from jargon. Carefully, communication can overcome any barrier. The process is sensitive and susceptible to breakdown. By learning to recognize the barriers that are known to disturb the process can improve the chances of communicating successfully.